Show them what I'm saying. Amen. You ready? It says this: when a Samaritan woman came to draw water, Jesus said to her, "Will you give me drink?" His disciples had gone into town to buy food. The Samaritan woman said to him, "You are a Jew, and you ask me to give you some water?" For the Jews did not associate with the Samaritans. 10th verse. Jesus answered her, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for some drink, you would not have asked him, but you would have given him living water." Verse 11, she said, "Sir, you have nothing to draw the water with. Where can you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us this well and drunk from it himself, as did also his sons and his flocks and his herds?" 13th verse. Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks this water will never be thirsty again. If you are thirsty right now, then maybe you have not drunk from the right well." Y'all ain't saying nothing. "Indeed, the water in which I give you will raise up and spring in you eternal life." 15. She gonna say something back. Y'all know how women do. The woman said to him, "Sir, give me some of this water then. Then I won't be thirsty now and have to come to this well to draw out some water." Watch this now. He told her, "Go call your husband and come back." Here she goes. "I don't have no husband." Jesus said to her, "You right, lady. You have no husband. The fact is, you got 5 husbands. And the one you with, left on your couch, Gerard on your sofa, is not your husband, no way. What you said is the truth." "Sir," the woman said, "I see you are a prophet. And our fathers worship him on hills, but the Jews claim that the only place to worship him is in Jerusalem, or the saints claim the only place to worship him is in the church." Jesus declared, "Believe me, woman, a time is coming when you will not worship him on the hill, nor in Jerusalem. You Samaritans worship who you do not know. We worship what we do know, for the salvation is for the Jews. Yet a time is coming." I like this part. "And is now come when the true worshiper will worship him in spirit and in truth." Look at your neighbor and say, "Neighbor, in spirit and in truth. For they are the kind of worshipers that the Father is looking for." Look at your neighbor and say, "Neighbor, that's what we're looking for. Spirit and truth." Amen. You're good. I feel energized. The topic for today's discussion is the ideology of 5 husbands. The ideology of 5 husbands. Part 1. Now next week we're going to talk about the 5 husbands. We're going to break down 5 men. But on today we're going to talk about self-esteem. Look at your name and say, "Neighbor." Self-esteem. All right, let's go to the definition. The definition of self-esteem, according to Webster's dictionary, is how much you value yourself and how important you think you are. How much you value yourself and how important you think you are. It's how you see yourselves and feel about your accomplishments or your achievements. It's how you view it. Not what nobody else said about you, but how you view yourself. Self-esteem is not bragging about how great you are. It's not thinking you're perfect, but knowing that you are worthy of being loved. It is knowing that you are worthy of being loved. Say, "I am worthy."
I am worthy
of being loved.
Of being loved.
Low self-esteem is a lower recognition of one's identity or how one views oneself in a lower state. Lower recognition, or how one views oneself in a lower state. That is to think lower of one's value, their worth, their importance, their significance. It is to devalue oneself based on a false measure of what a person should be. Watch this now. Many of your low self-esteem issues are not based because you don't believe in yourself. It's because you compare yourself based on what you think a person should be. So you base your beauty on Beyonce's beauty. You base your success on the success of a millionaire. And so you'll never think of yourself as important because you don't have what Beyonce have, you don't have what the preacher have, you don't have what other folk have. So you start devouring yourself. That's where your low self-esteem comes from. Because low self-esteem hides in the fact that I'm not like somebody else. Y'all don't want to say nothing here. The church has the biggest level of low self-esteem because people don't think they're spiritual enough unless they can be as spiritual as somebody else. No, I can't hear nobody today. Good, man. Symptoms of low self-esteem are constant excuses for failures or shortcomings. Now, y'all ain't saying nothing. When you fall, it's always somebody else's fault. The white man holding me down. My daddy wasn't there. My mother wasn't there. And because these things were not in place, that's why I act the way I act. So you have an excuse for why you fell. And you think that your excuse is valuable to your success. But let me tell you, the person hiring you on the application is not looking at whether or not your father was there.
Amen.
He's looking at where you are right now. And do you really want to? Come on, somebody. So how come when we fall, we always blaming somebody else? If nobody told you to choose that man. You choose him because you didn't think you could get nothing better. So what I do is, I have excuses for why I am not progressing. Why do you not know as much as somebody else knows who comes to Bible study? Maybe it's because you don't go to Bible study. So how many is your excuse is that the pastor didn't call you enough? He didn't come to visit you enough when you had the same opportunity everybody else had. Come on, somebody. Excuses. Number 2, an isolated nature. You stay away from people who don't feed into your misery. When you want somebody to cry with, you know who to go to. Y'all ain't saying nothing. When you want to complain about what you don't like what I said, you know who to go to. You never come to me with those issues. But when you want me to see how spiritual you are, then you call me and ask me. I feel like walking deep. Misery loves company. And don't you know, not only are you being a distraction to yourself, but you being a distraction to somebody else that's trying to go somewhere in God.
Amen.
Because you don't want to believe in yourself. That's right. Understand that there is not a person in here powerful enough to go back 20 years and heal that issue you're going through but yourself. That's right. And what happens with low self-esteem people is not only are they an infection virus to themselves, but they begin to spread their virus to anybody else who has low self-esteem. So this sister came and got saved and hooked up with the wrong person. Yes, sir. And now I had one person against me, now I got 3 people against me because they don't spread it. Isolated nature. 2 times when isolation is important. Number 1, it is when God is speaking to you according to your promotion or according to what he wants to say only to you. Many times we miss isolation of when we just don't want to be around nobody that's going to help us. Come on. I'm just staying away from everybody, Pastor. I'm just wanting to be by myself. No, you're running from your destiny. Because if you was on track for your destiny, guess what? You would jump into the outreaches that's going on. You would jump into the mission that's going on. You'll be standing at the door because you're walking in your purpose, not running from your destiny. All right. Number 3, low self-esteem. I always feel defeated. And because I always feel defeated, I don't even try because I know it ain't going to work. Some folks sitting in the church with some ideas. They just put the idea on paper. Take the paper and begin to act it out. They can do some awesome exploits for God. But because you always feel like if you try, you're going to fail, you sit there. And your eyes, wait a minute,